Good morning to you, Michael. This has been a very messy, very public split between Hasler and the Sea Eagles. What's the latest at Brookvale?
Yeah, that's right, Roz. It's been ugly. Unfortunately, Des Hasler's second tenure at the club has ended in heartache. They sacked him on Thursday, and the way it's going to pan out now will be in regards to whether or not he's entitled to a payout. Now, the Manly Sea Eagles have sacked him, and they believe they don't have to pay him anything. They believe he's brought the club into disrepute in regards to the way he handled the matter involving that rainbow jersey we all heard about in July. Now, the Hasler camp, they will argue that Des Hasler is entitled to $1 million plus, and they're considering their legal options, and it's going to head to the courtrooms most likely. They will argue that the Manly Sea Eagles compromised Des Hasler's ability to reach the key performance indicators in his contract, which we know if he finished in the top six this year, he would have earned a contract extension from 2024. That wasn't the case, and Manly lost every game after that rainbow jersey fiasco. So it's going to get ugly, unfortunately. Des Hasler was in court with the Bulldogs when he left the club, and it looks like he's going to be in court with the Sea Eagles after this one.
Michael, what about the playing group? Alarm bells, no doubt, are actually smashing around the Northern Beach at the moment, especially around the Turbos and other quality players. What are the thoughts there?
Yeah, there's definitely unrest amongst the players, and we've spoken about there's unrest amongst the players between them. They're definitely disappointed with themselves in the way they played this year, but there's unrest from the key players at the club towards the administration as well. And we know that Tom Trbojevic, he met with his manager on Friday to discuss his future, to talk about what Des Hasler's departure will mean for him. Now, Jake and Tom, we all know they're the heart and soul of the Manly Sea Eagles. They were brought up in the area, they're Manly Sea Eagles fans, and they love Des. And when they recently signed their contract extension, they wanted a Des Hasler clause in their contract so that they could stay or they could leave if Des Hasler was to be moved on by the club. Now, the Manly Sea Eagles thankfully rejected that one because they'd be in all sorts of problems right now because the Trbojevic brothers, they're frustrated with the club, the backstabbing and the bickering that's been going on for years and years at Manly. I don't see them making a move immediately, but with the Trbojevics, it's a watch and see in regards to the way they feel in the coming months. They don't want to make a decision based on just emotion, but there's no doubt they are frustrated with the club. And there are teams, the Dolphins, Wayne Bennett is desperate for a marquee signing. And there are other clubs. If the Trbojevic brothers were to come on the market, there's no doubt there'll be teams moving players on, clearing up salary cap space to make those boys available in their squads.
Michael, what's next for Des? Is this the last we'll see of him coaching in the NRL?
Look, I think it might be. Maybe Des has other plans. He was planning on coaching in 2024 and then retiring from the head coaching job and moving into a different role in a football department. That was always the plan at Manly, that he would groom his successor and then he'd step back and look after the administration or the football side of things. When it came to the coaching, he would leave that to somebody else. I don't know if he's still got to hitch the scratch. He's won 2 premierships with Manly, took Canterbury to 2 grand finals, didn't get the result there. But I think you'll find his manager may suss out those clubs who've got coaches under pressure. The St George Illawarra Dragons, a lot of pressure on Anthony Griffin to start the year. Justin Holbrook at the Titans, Kevin Walters at the Broncos. There's a whole raft of coaches there under enormous pressure, and perhaps the management will suss out those clubs to see if there is interest in a 2-time premiership winning coach. But I don't know. It's ended quite ugly for Des Hasler twice now. I don't know if there's an appetite from clubs to get into bed because we know how much of a control freak Des Hasler is. And when you're giving Des Hasler the reins to your football department, you're essentially giving him control of the club. That's the way he operates. And I don't know if there are too many organisations who'd want to do that.